So, is it important to hit certain goals before becoming a parent? Someone wrote to Dear Prudence saying his boyfriend insists they do things like buy a car, a house before they adopt. So, do we agree? Is there like a perfect time to decide?
Really, this is such an interesting question because I think this is like, is this about milestones or is this about making excuses, right? Because I think it's a lifelong commitment to have a child. If you want to have a house and some money and a car, I don't think that's a milestone that you should like go, oh, well, we don't need those milestones. Those are very important milestones. But I feel like if a person doesn't want to do it and they're wavering, which is what this person in this article really sounded like, I'm like, if person's not 10 toes down to have a kid with you, I say stay away from it because there's nothing wrong with having milestones. Think about if you go to adopt a child, how many hoops you have to jump through and all the milestones you have to reach for them to even consider you as a possible adoptive parent. So I think it's a smart thing to do. But you guys are all parents.
Yeah.
Did you reach all your milestones before you had your kids?
I don't necessarily think it's about the stuff. Like, I brought my identical twin sons home in a beater car to a one-bedroom apartment. I remember we interviewed a potential night nanny, and she said, and where is the children's nursery? And I said, you are sitting in it. Like, we didn't have any of the stuff. And kids make you become an adult. When you have babies to take care of, suddenly you have to take care of those joint bank accounts and the RRSPs, and you got to get a room and a proper safe car. Like that, those things come with the kids. For me, the milestone that I think you have to reach before having children is you have to be in the right place with the partner that you want to bring children into the world.
That's it.
So true.
If you choose or want to bring children into the world with a partner, you better make sure that you two have been through it all together, because one day you're gonna wake up with identical twin sons and a baby running around, and you're gonna look at your partner and go like, are you in this with me? And you better hope that they are.
Yeah, it's true. And I certainly think now we know how expensive life is right now. Whether you have a pet or a no pet or a child, no child, you do have to think a little differently. Certainly the big cities in Canada. If you are even thinking of having a child, the first thing that I thought of, and this wasn't even in the time of high interest rates, was how much is childcare going to cost? You know, like just that alone made me have one child, you know, and I've got a stable job. Looking at you, boss. Stable job, and my husband has a stable job, but you know, these are very real considerations that I don't know that a generation ago we had to think about. But I agree with you, Jessie. I think if you don't have the right partner, the fact that these two are already disagreeing before there's a child, do not bring a child into that situation. It will only make it worse.
Making excuses, right?
Like, I was so, like, hesitant, and I was so, like, if I was the other guy in this thing, I would have been me saying, like, maybe we just need to get this further, or maybe I need to be a little bit more secure in my job. My job kept changing. From the age of, like, 30 to the time I decided to have a child, I was constantly in a new position, learning curve, stressed out, am I gonna lose it? And I didn't want to pull myself out of the game. So I can understand that. The thing about women, though, if you want to have your own child, there is a time clock you have to be thinking of at all times. But I would say I thought it was the worst time to be auditioning for this show 8 months pregnant, which is exactly what I did. Like, I was literally, there's me. We did the first publicity show.
Look at your baby bump.
Oh my gosh, and you're pregnant.
And I remember doing the audition for this show and being like, there's no way they're gonna hire, I wouldn't hire me, because I was like, you're gonna have a brand new newborn. And they did. You also picked the second worst time to decide to have a child.
Yeah, I don't know if you all remember, but in season 1 of this show, we were 2 weeks into the show, and then I surprised my co-host and said, oh, I'm pregnant.
You know what's so funny? We hosted a show together, and it was our first season, and I knew right away, but I didn't say anything to you. I knew she was, I just looked at her during a segment, I go, she's pregnant.
She knew.
I knew, and then she was pregnant with twins, and also you didn't live here, she was living in LA, so you had the same experience.
Yeah, Andrea knew, and I came back to work on that show while still wearing an adult diaper. Like, what were we doing?
Never a good time.
There's never gonna, you figure it out.
Yeah, remember the breast pump? We made that song?
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Andrea used to rap to the beats of my breast pump. I just went, she's a special talent. You should make her do it here.
I'm just saying, I freestyle. Don't worry, holler at me later.
Hey there, what did you think? Drop your comments below and join the conversation. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can find more on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. See you soon.